Survival, Captain. Plain and simple.
Shooters have been one of the most revisited genres in the history of video games, and now having so much variety, we can really talk about titles hitting a specific type of gameplay that players are looking for. So here are the top 10 games for 2015 and 2016, where the main characters are soldiers. Number 10. Star Citizen is a space-based combat trade and exploration simulator with first-person shooter and starship elements. Star Citizen is a game constituted of separate modules, the main one being Squadron 42, the initial single-player campaign, and Star Citizen, the multiplayer position universe experience. Some modules are currently released and ready to play, like Hangar, Arena Commander, and the social module. Players will start the game as one of the soldiers in Volunteer Squadron 42. Squadron 42 is part of the United Empire of Earth Navy, a military force that are responsible for transportation of resources, maintaining borders, and waging military strikes throughout the United Empire of Earth, a governing entity formed after humanity began to expand into the stars in the 2100s. Star Citizen's release in 2017 will follow the upcoming 2016 Squadron 42 module release, and it is a rich and immersive experience where you can play as a soldier and many more other character types that I really look forward to play. Number 9. If you are into trench warfare, you're going to love VERDUN. VERDUN takes place on the Western Front during World War I, and it's inspired by one of the bloodiest conflicts in world history, the French Battle of Verdun. Verdun is a tactical squad-based FPS where every squad will have a leader with special abilities to help the squad gain advantage in the battlefield and to get to the enemy trench. Verdun tries to transmit a sense of trench combat authenticity, and does so by relying heavily in player skill. Since almost every weapon can kill with only one shot, players will really have to hone their abilities to make it through this one. The incredible weapon and combat realism, together with the well-put tactical approach of the game, makes for a very enjoyable and immersive experience that I can't help but to recommend. Number 8. If you like to overthrow corrupt governments that are implicated with drug trafficking and cartels, and you like more of a tactical and stealth approach, then RECON WILDLANDS should sound like a good option. RECON takes a special approach to the design of the soldiers and weapons in the game in order to respect authenticity. The team of RECON decided to take a realistic approach for the behavior of the weapons and the gear of the characters in the game, in order to create an accurate and realistic feel without being overly punishing on the difficulty that the realism might bring to players. The game will have massive open world spaces that players will be able to explore and travel by using a diverse number of vehicles. Combat will be tactical and squad based and will rely heavily on player strategy and how players direct their squads to fulfill mission requirements. If you're into realistic squad based contemporary military games, then be sure to check out RECON WILDLANDS. Number 7. Rainbow Six Siege, also a strategic first-person shooter that provides us with the ability to take a tactical approach on combat. The most significant changes on this new release of Rainbow Siege are in the strategic PvP multiplayer mode. The PvP is set around two teams where one team is set to attack and the other to defend a position. The rounds consist of an initial preparation phase to scout and prepare defenses and an action phase when the attack takes place. If you are taken down at any time, you will have to wait until the next round to respond, but you will still be able to take control of active cameras and drones to communicate with your teams to still give them a tactical advantage. While this release of Rainbow Siege lacks on not having a single player campaign, it makes it up with a very well polished hardcore multiplayer mode that has a very intense team orientation, so be sure to try it out. Number 6. Unless you have been living under a rock, then you must have heard about Call of Duty and especially about Black Ops. The new release Black Ops 3 will feature cutting-edge futuristic military combat from the age 2065 and will support up to 4-player co-op when playing the single-player campaign. But the bread and butter of Black Ops will be set in the multiplayer. Black Ops multiplayer will bring a new customization system based on classes called Specialists. Specialists must be chosen alongside a custom loadout before joining a match. There will be 4 specialists available at the beginning of the game, and players will be able to unlock up to 9 different classes. We will still have the create a class system for perks that will be unlocked with tokens after we reach certain levels. Players will also have wildcards, score streaks, primary and secondary weapon customization, and single player and multiplayer zombies mode. The long-running franchise has brought hours of entertainment for many players with its past installment, and if you have liked playing any of the past installments, there is a pretty high chance you will enjoy playing Black Ops 3. Number 5. What about taking part in an interstellar war as a cybernetically enhanced super soldier, Master Chief? Halo 5, coming up October 27th, is the last installment of the famous saga featuring military science fiction first-person shooter. Halo 5 will bring to the franchise original armor customization, a new set of jetpack-based combat moves, and the Hydra, a new gun added to Halo's well-balanced weapon system. Halo 5 will also come with a campaign mode almost twice as long as the one featured in Halo 4 and 2 new multiplayer modes, Warzone and Breakout. Warzone will be a 12-on-12 player versus player and player versus environment multiplayer mode, and Breakout will be a more traditional 4 versus 4 round-based game mode, where players will have to focus on team cooperation since respawn will only occur after all members of a team are defeated. Halo 5 is bringing some new groundbreaking changes to the franchise, so I recommend you give it a shot. Number 4. In our next game, you are placed in the role of the Ion Doom Marine and you have been activated to do one thing.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The fourth installment of Doom brings an important amount of high-paced physical and armed first-person combat and gore. Lots of gore. As its predecessors in the franchise, Doom successfully kicks the gore up a notch in the current generation, and it's doing so with a highly customizable installment where modding tools are meant for every player. The beautifully crafted graphics of this very dynamic first-person shooter and combat-based game will satisfy players who are looking for a very raw guns blazing experience where killing demons and listening to loud music is the main course. Number 3. If you're looking for a highly customizable role-playing game third-person shooter that takes place on an open world, then look no farther than Tom Clancy's The Division. In this game, you will be taking the role of a special sleeper agent from The Division, an organization developed to prevent the repercussions of senior-level bioterrorist attacks in the US. The game features an open world that represents devastated New York after a chemical attack, where you will have to look for whatever remaining of civilization that could still be rescued. Players will have to scavenge for resources, use experience to customize their character's skill-based tree system, and interact with game factions that could benefit them when fulfilling mission objectives. Survival, third-person action, experience system customization, and free open world. If those are some of the features that you're looking for in the game, The Division might just be your best bet. Number 2. 40 players on a large open map? Check. Great controls? Check. Controlling spacecrafts during combat? Check. Playing as some of the most iconic sci-fi characters including Luke and Darth Vader? Check. If this is what you're looking for, then playing as a rebel or imperial soldier in the new Battlefront is where your place is. Battlefront's great level design makes it extremely intuitive and enjoyable to play across large maps that feature some of the most visually stunning locations from the Star Wars franchise. Incredible graphics and sounds together with a polished set of mechanics and great level design make every different map feel like you really are at war. Unfortunately, Battlefront will not bring a single player campaign mode and only features a multiplayer game mode. However, this multiplayer game comes with 9 distinct multiplayer modes: Fighter Squadron, Supremacy, Cargo, Droid Run, Walker Assault, Blast, Drop Zone, Heroes vs Villains, and Hero Hunt. If you're into Star Wars and into multiplayer first-person shooters with a wide range of game mode options, then this sure is a good pick for you. Number 1. Want the choice to use stealth to your advantage or engage with enemies more directly? Then take the role of Snake in the third-person shooter Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is a great option for you. Metal Gear Solid 5 brings a great amount of flexibility to players. You will be able to go in undetected or to use firepower to take an edge during missions. Phantom Pain also brings flexibility in the form of gear and equipment customization for the one-player campaign and a great level of full character customization for the multiplayer mode. Another great trait of this installment of Metal Gear is the vast amount of open world space filled with tons of details from the main and side content. It will take players a great deal of time to go over the main story, but the game is filled with remarkable side content that will keep you enjoying the game for a while. So if you want a game which content offers you flexibility in a vast and beautiful world, you cannot go wrong if you choose this one. If you're excited to play any of these games, or you can think about others that would have been suitable for this list, please leave your comments here. Also, subscribe if you haven't, and click the like button if you enjoyed watching this video. I hope to see you in the next video of the Check Files.